What's up, YouTube? What's good? How y'all feel? You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling great as always. As long as I'm here and you looking at me and I'm looking at you, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got to wake up and see another day. Yeah, I'm having a great day. So, welcome to my channel. Kevin K. Go Hard Truth in association with Zoo Lion Uncut. You know what I'm saying? You know what we doing. Going hard. Yeah. And I'm your host, KK. Alright? Now, I want to thank my subscribers. Alright, I really appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I want to go ahead and shine the spotlight on y'all. Alright? Because without y'all, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Alright? So I thank you for the support. I'm going to shine the spotlight on some, you know what I'm saying, some of my subscribers. I'm going to shout out Real, R-E-A-L. I really appreciate you. Alright? Thank you so much for being a part of the team. I'm also going to shout out Dog Princess 216. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Alright? Appreciate the ladies. Alright? And I'm going to shine the spotlight on Renee Bridges. Alright? Big shout out on y'all. Alright, I really appreciate y'all for joining the team. Alright, so today we gonna talk about Kamala Harris. Okay? We're gonna talk about Kamala Harris. We're gonna talk about the election. We're gonna talk about, you know what I mean, how stupid this election is looking right now. Okay? We're going to look at, of course, we're going to have to look at the whole little race, so-called ethnicity, nationality thing. We're going to have to look into that. All right? So we're going to find out what is Kamala's what's her true race or nationality or ethnicity? What is she? Like, who is she? You know what I mean? But I have the answers here in this video. I have the answers here. So don't worry. I'm going to let you know. So, and like I said, we're going to talk about the American experience. No. The American experiment. Okay, they like to use those type of terms like this is an experiment. Okay, and we're going to ask the question like, what is the experiment? Okay, and looking at this election, looking at the Obama era, and now this election, 2024, it's looking like the experiment is to either test people's intelligence, the people here in America, either they're testing your intelligence or they're dumbing you down. They're testing your intelligence to see how your intelligence is on the decrease, apparently. Okay, so today in this video we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss right now, starting off. Oh, and like I said, I got a clip from Judge Joe Brown, where he just like goes on Kamala Harris. It's just wild. So you definitely don't want to miss this episode, okay? Because it's going to be an eye-opening experience. So go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we about to discuss Kamala Harris's diabolical laugh, okay? Because this laugh is so cringe. it's so cringe, and it's like, you know what I mean? Because I got a lot of experience with people, and basically I got the ability to see, okay? So I can see things that people really can't normally see, all right? So I deal with people that be on different little mental spectrums, okay? Mental spectrums. I deal with people that you know, I've come across a lot of people that deal with spiritual issues, okay? Because I'm connected. I'm connected to the spirit, so you know what I mean. Little spiritual things will just pop out at me, and I just be having to deal with it. You know what I mean? So you know, people that be possessed by demons, all types of wild stuff. People that be, you know, what they say, they call them NPCs, non-player characters, people that don't have a soul, the soulless people. This situation gets deep, but the point of that is talking about their laugh, okay? I done came across people like, they really like empty inside, they just all negativity, but they always be laughing, right? And when they laugh, it's like a laugh it's not even like a laugh, it's more like a cackle. It's a cackle. You know, when people laugh, you're supposed to get a positive vibe off that laugh, right? But for these people, their laugh is just, it's just like negative, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting that vibe from Kamala Harris, listening to her, just, you know what I mean? And it's a laugh that, it's a cackle that they can turn on and off, okay? So it's the same kind of cackle, and they just know how to turn that laugh on, just like a switch, okay? They don't even gotta be listening to nothing funny, okay? They ain't gotta be listening to nothing funny. If somebody to tell them a joke, the joke ain't even funny, and they would just they'll just go off into some little annoying ass laugh, and this is what I see here in Kamala Harris. So let's go ahead and let's analyze this laugh. All right, first and foremost.
Poor hubby.
Now, I'm not with Trump, okay? I'm not with Trump either, all right? To me, this whole election looks stupid, and both candidates look to me like bad choices, okay? Choices that shouldn't be made, all right? Now, I'm not into politics anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I let them do what they want to do, but I ain't with Trump. But Trump, he mentioned her laugh, okay? He talks about her laugh, and I think he mentioned that she's been prohibited. She's been prohibited from her laughing, cackling outbursts, okay? Because, like I said, apparently it's very telling. It's very telling, okay? And very annoying, okay? It's very annoying. And me personally, I can't see myself having to deal with her and that cackle for like 4 to 8 years or whatever. Like, no. Like, I can't allow it. I can't allow it for that to occur, that every time I turn on the TV or I'm on the internet or something, and then I just gotta hear that. Like, no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Alright, and it looks dumb. So we're gonna have to discuss it. Now, let's talk about the intelligence of this issue. Okay, so that's the laugh. I done talked about the laugh. It's freaking annoying. Okay, it's irritating. It's real irritating. All right, and no. Okay, you know when you got that drunk that drunks that and they just always busting out with that, you know what I mean? But like I said, this is deeper than deep from my perspective. So, but as far as the intelligence issue of this, okay, right now, let's talk about Kamala Harris and the whole Indian, Black, Jamaican thing. Okay, let's discuss it. Okay, so she came in the game. She was Indian. All right, Indian. She been Indian. She came in the game Indian. All the records say it. They got her on tape saying it. This and that. So then she went from being an Indian to Asian. Okay, so she done went from an Indian to an Asian, and now she's African American. All right. So where the subject of intelligence comes in, it's like, okay, you're really hearing what I just said, and this person that is lying to you, they're lying to you to your face, or they're really confused about their identity. Okay, really lost, probably in some little delusional mental state, or something's going on to where this person doesn't know who they are, what their nationality is. They're just like, they can just switch whenever they feel like it. Okay? They can be white, Indian, Asian, African American. I've never seen nothing like this. Okay, like I said, the whole Obama era was weird. Okay, and that's probably gonna be my next video. We're gonna talk about that. All right, but this one right here is extremely weird that this woman has come out and she's been all of these different ethnicities, okay? And she's doing this and no one cares. Like, no one cares that she's actually doing this in your face, and you still want her to be president. It's weird, okay? It's extremely weird, okay? That you would let somebody that's either just straight up lying to your face, they have a mental issue to where they're just like totally confused in the mind and don't know who or what they are. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, yes, this is the answer. Really? This is looking dumb next level. This is looking the next level of crazy here. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. So I have to do and say something, okay? And we about to reveal what's the real race problem. I'm about to reveal it, okay? I'm about to totally explain it to you so that you can understand.
Let's go.
She is not a melanated individual. She is not a so-called black person. She is not a so-called African American. She is none of the above, okay? None of the above. And we're going to get into it. All right? Because you look at her father, I know that talks about her father. He's quote-unquote Jamaican, okay? Very fishy. That was very fishy to me, because just because you say you're Jamaican, what's that supposed to mean? You're from Jamaica, so what's that mean? All of Jamaica is blacks, right? Like, really? So-called melanated individuals. That's what your mind thinks about when you hear the word Jamaican. But I'm gonna touch that. Because this is where people get fooled. This is where people get fooled. They get deceived, and it's happening to you. It's happening to you right now, and I'm about to prove it. So let's go ahead and look at some video of Kamala telling you what's her ethnicity, nationality, etc., etc.
Becoming the first Indian American woman to be nominated as a vice presidential candidate in America. In a recent event, the Democratic vice presidential nominee took a trip down memory lane, recalling her mother's journey from India to America. Now, her mother, Shamala Gopalan, was born in Chennai and immigrated to America to study at UC Berkeley. The Indian origin senator also talked about her trips to India and her mother's attempts to instill a love of good idli in her. Listen.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. When my mother, Shamala, stepped off the plane in California at 19 years old, she didn't have much in the way of belongings, but she carried with her lessons from back home. Growing up, my mother would take my sister, Maya, and me back to what was then called Madras, because she wanted us to understand where she had come from and where we had ancestry. And of course, she always wanted to instill in us.
All right. So you heard it from her own mouth, okay? And she came in the game. Indian, okay? She came in the game. Everybody that knows her from the past knows her as being an Indian American, okay? Now we're gonna get into all of this, okay? Now, how do you go from Indian to now you're African American, okay? What's the point of this, okay? It's about the black vote. It's about, they want that so-called black vote, okay? So this Indian woman, she gives you Megan Thee Stallion. She gives you Megan Thee Stallion. I think she gave Lil Jon too. She gave the people Lil Jon. Okay, and it's all this confusion. See, they created this confusion. Okay, she went to a HBCU. Okay, so that she could experience the black experience. So she said. Okay, she went to HBU so she could experience the black experience, meaning she's not of the so-called black people. You don't go somewhere to have the black experience and that's supposed to be who you are. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But okay, so it's she's this and that. She went to a HBCU. Okay. Once again, my people being deceived. Okay. Once again, and this is what it's about. It's about my people. I'm really talking to my people for real. Okay. I'm talking to my people because like I say, the whole mission is to fool you. Okay, this whole system, everything we living in right now is to play with your mind, to play with your intelligence, you know what I'm saying, to dumb you down, etc., etc. And this is going to prove it. This is going to prove it, people. All right, and something needs to be done about it. So right here, we're going to look at this from an intellectual level. Okay, she went from an Indian, she been an Indian, all of a sudden, somewhere, she got a DNA change. A now she's a melanated so-called black person. Amazing. Only in America. Only in America can this be possible. Okay. So like I said, the whole mission is to play with the brown people's minds, and it's just, I don't know, it's just looking real easy to do. Cause I hear all these melanated people saying out of their mouth that she's black. Alright? Like and my people be uneducated, so they believe it. But here in this video, we're gonna prove that things are deeper and more complex than that. Okay? And then I go back to, why would somebody want this to be a leader? You want someone like this to lead you? It's very confusing. Then you got people like Barack and Michelle, and they're back in this situation. It's looking real crazy. Their presidency was weird also, and they're sitting up here pushing for this to occur, okay? No wonder, like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, they would do something like that. But it's really stupid. All right. Let's go ahead and we're gonna let's look at that statement from Donald Trump. It's, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I ain't with him either. Okay. And like I said, Kamala, like I said, before I get into it, Kamala, like I said, she don't even like y'all. She don't even like you know what I mean? You brown people, you so-called black people, she don't even like you. Okay? She got a long history of locking people up, locking our people up, giving us the most harshest. She gave all the black people that she prosecuted or whatever the most harshest, you know what I mean, sentences that America could give. Okay? So it's looking more crazy that she got a history of ruining lives. I'm talking about made harsh sentences for marijuana. And we're going to discuss it because, like I said, how people are just with this, I'm totally confused. But anyway, let's go ahead and hear that interview from Trump.
Former President Donald Trump. Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country. I think it's a very nasty question. I have answered the question. I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition of that.
Sir, I'm asking you a question,
No,
a
you
very
have to
direct
define
question.
it. Define it for me, if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So, I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe
that she is... I think somebody should look into that, too, when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans have said?
I really don't know. I really don't know. Could be.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. I'm not a politician. I'm not about a religion. I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is only a color. It ain't fact no more. Buzzing. Radars is buzzing. Yeah.
All right. You heard Trump. Like I said, I ain't with none of them. I ain't with Trump. So, I ain't got no cards in this game. It's just, you know what I mean? I just look at the stupidity, and that's it. I just observe what's going on. But like I said, you see Trump at the National Association of Black Journalists. Okay. So like I said, I did a video, my last video I did on Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in my opinion, he pushing for white supremacy. Okay? Most people ain't looking at that situation, and he got plans for the so-called black people. Alright, that I exposed in that video. Alright? But like Trump said, man, he known her or of her for a long time, and the whole time he knew her, she was Indian. Okay? How is this possible is the question for somebody to change their whole nationality and now is the most popular choice to run the country. It went from Indian to Asian to black. It's just insane. It's just insane, people. Alright? This is insanity. Alright? And this is the current state of America. Now, what I also noticed in this interview is I heard the word black like 50 times. I heard the word black like 50 times in this interview. Okay, so if you watch my past videos, you know my opinion. Okay, you know my opinion on this whole black African American thing. It's all lies. It's all lies from my point of view. All right, because I'm dealing with knowledge and intelligence. Okay, and we let's discuss it. Let's discuss it before everybody get their little panties in a bunch. Okay, like I said, I've said in the past videos. Okay, the word black is a false statement. It's a false label. It's black is a color. Black is a color. My people are not black. Okay, different shades of brown. You can say we're light and dark brown, whatever. Okay, but I ain't seen nobody that's just like black like the crayon black, because black is a color. Okay, so that is a false de facto statement, and I know this for a fact from a legal aspect that people are not educated about, because my people are dealing with lack of knowledge. Okay, and this is written about in the Bible where it said that my people perish due to lack of knowledge. So right now my people don't have knowledge and don't want the knowledge. That's the only reason why people are voting for Kamala Harris, because you really don't have the knowledge. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, I told you that's not a true statement. That's a color. There is no nation called black. There is no country called black. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this situation, and it's something that people need to accept, because intellectually it's looking like that is the trap, and it is. It not looks like it is. Remember explaining. African American, also a false de facto statement. Okay, African American, a white person born in Africa coming to America is considered an African American. Did you know that? Did you know that? There are white African Americans, Caucasian, whatever you want to call them. Okay? They can be African American legally. That's a de facto statement. Okay? Another de facto statement is, like I said, African. Okay? My people are not African. Okay? We are not Africans. You're dealing with knowledge, you're dealing with different types of brown people. This has to do with education and knowledge. Okay? All brown and black people, all brown people are not my people. Okay? You go and you look back in history, you're dealing with a split between Shem and Ham. These are two brown, dark-skinned races, but we are not the same people. We are not the same people. Okay? So when you think you're African, you're not. You're not. Africa is a continent that has many countries inside it. Okay? You really gotta open your mind up. So that's a false de facto statement. Okay? There are people that are over there in Africa, etc., etc. Then it's us. Okay? Our nationality is not African. Alright? Or American, because America is not a country. America is not a country, it's a corporation. So all of these lies that you have to deal with. But like I said in this clip, it's black, 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 and that's a false statement, and this won't be proven whether you like it or not. But what I'm saying is that that's what they're fighting for, is basically just to keep the lost sheep, to keep the God's chosen people, God's children, the Most High's children, to keep them black. Okay, because while you're calling yourself black, which is a bald-faced lie, basically that's just a sign, a signal that says that that you're lost, that you don't know who you are. So of course, the powers that be are gonna want you to keep saying that you're black. Everybody's saying black. Michelle Obama, Barack, everybody, black. You're not. But I see that's the word that they're pushing so hard. And from my intellectual position, is who's ever using these words should not be leading no one, because it's unintelligent. Okay, if you're dealing with people that want you to be lost and deceived, okay, one key that for you to know that basically you're still in charge, that your people are still in charge, and that the people that you want to oppress are still lost and confused is when they're saying things that are not true. So all this black is basically, okay, these are all the people that really don't know what's going on. Okay? They really don't know what's going on. And this ain't to hurt nobody's feelings. This ain't none of that. I'm only speaking the truth on what the real issues are. And this is the issue. You're calling yourself something you're not, and if you're offended, like I said, where do Chinese people come from? Where do Mexicans come from? Where do black people come from?
Let's go.
All right. Let's play this next clip. Moving on. Things are heating up. Okay, things are about to heat up. I told you. I got Judge Joe Brown. He say Kamala Harris is a hoe. Okay, he say she a hoe. Okay, and I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I can see, and I'm getting whole vibes too. But like I said, she say she ain't. Like I said, she don't mess with you. You so-called black people. She don't mess with you. Okay, that's why she got herself a white Jewish husband. Okay, this is about to get real crazy, people. All right, and I'm gonna play this clip right here, and then after this clip, I'm gonna break down the genealogy of Kamala Harris, and I'm gonna ask y'all, like, this makes sense? Like, does this make sense to y'all? Because this makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay, this is the most craziest, one of the most craziest things ever. Like, unbelievable. Let's check this clip out.
There's a family feud on the Democrat side.
Oh, gosh. Do you remember when Kamala Harris, she had that radio interview with Breakfast Club? It was released. We talked about it. She admitted that she smoked pot. When they asked her if she was pro-legalizing marijuana, she said, "Of course I smoked marijuana. Half my family's from Jamaica. Are you kidding me?" Well, her own father had a problem with that. But listen to what she said on the Breakfast Club.
They say you oppose legalizing weed.
That's not true.
I know.
and look, I joke about it, half joking. Half my family's from Jamaica. Are you kidding me?
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
and I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
It's really hysterical for the former attorney general of that state to talk about doing something illegal, laughing about it, giggling about it, and trying to get some traction for it. Among the people that were upset by it, her dad. Donald Harris from Jamaica, an economics professor at Stanford University, says this: "My dear departed grandmothers, as well as my deceased parents, must be turning in their grave right now to see their family's name, reputation, and proud Jamaican identity being connected in any way, jokingly or not, with the fraudulent stereotype of pot-smoking, joy-seeking, and in pursuit of identity politics." Man, yeah. What a blast at his daughter who wants to be the next president.
No kidding. He added, and he had sent this statement to Jamaica Global Online. He said, "Speaking for myself and my immediate Jamaican family, we wish to categorically disassociate ourselves from this travesty. The campaign had no comment as of yesterday. It should be pointed out that Kamala Harris's parents divorced when she was younger, and her mother raised her and her sister.
But her father still had a big part of her life, according to reports.
Today she'll be with Al Sharpton in New York City, trying to do her best to get the African-American vote. And they'll be at Harlem at Sylvia's. So we'll see if she's going to comment on that, going in or out of that restaurant.
People are going to ask her, hey, what's the deal with your dad? So stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm about to go in. Now, it's about to get real. Okay? So go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share this video. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Alright? Because this is, you know what I mean? We keep it real over here, man. We keep it real because we deal in knowledge. Pure knowledge. That's what we deal in. And I ain't scared of none of this. I ain't scared of no prosecutors or nothing. Whoever these people are, we not afraid. I'm not afraid over here, folks. Okay? If I gotta go to court, I'm coming in a whole nother angle, and basically the prosecution is not a participant. It's not a participant when I come to court. So we can, niggas can play games with me all they want. Alright? Play with me all you want. I'm known in these streets. So, it is what it is. Okay? Let me tell you a quick story right quick. I had this little court case. And my credentials are different than yours. So, I put my credentials on the table. And I was going through the case. Alright? Shouts out to the sovereign delegation. Yo, I'm loving this. So anyway, I'm going through the case. At the end of the case, the judge went to the prosecutor and was like, and it was a woman too. And he was like, Madam Prosecutor, do you have anything to say? I don't even know why she was there. I mean, she was there. She had to be there. But anyway, he was like, Madam Prosecutor, do you have anything to say? And I just jumped in. As soon as he said that, I jumped in and I was like, she has nothing to say. Do you know she said nothing? And I still walked out of there. Okay. This is something I just wanted to share. So anyway, you heard it here, people when they're talking about her father, the little beef that the little situation they had with Kamal on the Breakfast Club, talking about marijuana and talking like she's with it. But like I said, there's evidence out there saying that she done gave the most harshest penalties for marijuana when she in her little legal career. So I'm confused on how did you give out the worst penalties that America can dish for marijuana, and now you're with it. You're saying you're down with it. You're down with legalizing it, and you smoked it. This is insane. This is insane, people. That you can hear her say that, and you're not educated on her past. It's so sad. It's so sad. So anyway, like I said, then you talking about her father. Okay, her father was totally against it. Okay, her father was totally against it because apparently, the vibe I get from her father, I'm gonna tell you the vibe I get. Her in this situation, her father was against being associated with the stereotype of, number one, being a so-called black man. Okay, it sounds like he wasn't with the stereotype of being a weed smoking so-called black person. Okay, because her father's educated. Okay, he's educated. What is he? an economist or something, a professor or something. Okay, so basically he's an educated individual. Okay, but apparently he was against his daughter Kamala for actually painting this picture. Apparently he knows that his daughter is lying and telling lies. He's a educated man. Okay, he's educated, and he knows that Kamala is lying, and he does not want to be associated. He doesn't want to be associated with her and her lies. Okay? Now let's talk about what the lies are. We've already been through some. Now she's African American. Now let's get into her genealogy. Okay? I got intel that says that Kamala's mother is classified as a Caucasian Hindu. This is what they call an Indian. This where when it comes down to race and ethnicity and all this and that, we have an idea of that is false, that is not true. It's things that are way deeper than the way it's presented to you. Now, her mother is classified as a Caucasian Hindu. That brown-skinned chick you seeing in them pictures, okay, she's classified as a Caucasian. Facts, because things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem, people, and you're going to learn today. So, once again, while they was talking about her father, my curiosity was piqued. Like, who is this dude? Who is this dude? Like, he comes from, they say he's a Jamaican. Then I looked and then I was like, look, man, like, people, when you say Jamaican, you already, a picture comes up in your mind where you're thinking about some dark-skinned dude with dreads. He's smoking weed, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's something that's already set in your mind because of the programming that we done been through in this world. So when you think of the Jamaican, you're thinking of, you know the image that comes up in your mind. But that's false. So basically, I was looking at her father one day and I was like, yo, he really looking a little different. He really looking a little different because I'm a seer. So I'm like, I'm looking at him and I'm like, yo, he ain't looking like like one of my people. He's not looking like no melanated individual. He's not looking like that. Okay? And then I started putting two and two together like, okay, well, she went from Indian to Asian. Where is this Asian thing coming from? Okay? Then I looked at her father. When I thought about it, I looked at her father and I was like, damn, like he looked a little Asian. He looked like he, you know what I mean? He looking like a Chinese, like an Asian person in the face, in his eyes. I'm like looking at him and I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like my attention was directed into that particular subject. Like, what's up with her father? Like he's the key, he's the link, because apparently they're linking him to her so-called having African American, so-called black. This is that side of her. It's her father. No, it's not. No, it is not. Okay, so when you're looking at her father, like I said, he ain't look like no black man to me, so-called. Okay, because I told you who my people are. So, what is he? And he also kind of looks like Barack. You know what I'm saying? He also looks like Barack. Okay? Where there's some Asian dude connected to Barack too. Yeah. So what's really going on? So anyway, her father, who is his name, Donald J. Hurst, I I got intel that he's classified also as a Caucasian Hindu. Okay. Now, just to clear it up, my next clip is Judge Joe Brown that's going to lay this whole situation down. Okay, he knows Kamala Harris. He knows her personally. He also knows her father personally. I'm about to play this clip. It's freaking hot. Okay, Judge Joe Brown is going to go in. He's going to go in, but when you hear this, he's going to make this thing all clear. He's going to clear up the confusion, and that just is. Her father is not so-called black or African American. So where is she getting this? Why are people saying she is this? She has nothing of so-called black, melanated Negro, none of that in her. She came out and said that she is, and y'all believe it, and this is what you want. I'm very disturbed by watching this right here. But it is what it is. But this is the American experiment. This is the American experiment to see how much could they fool the people. Like, how hard could they go to deceive the people? What would it be? Man, I swear I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so like I said, I'm just speechless by this. That to know what I know, and like I said, this Asian thing. Okay, listen, I got intel that says that there was a group of Asians who we call, damn, this is deep, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Because we go hard over here. So basically, I got intel that there are a group of Asians that had my people slaves before the so-called white man. Okay? And this is coming from their mouth. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna put that in this video, but I'll probably make another video about that, because it's coming from one of their people that says that our people had the so-called black people slaves first, and then the so-called white man came, and then they sold the slaves to the white man, and then these Asian people, I don't know if they were South Asian or West Asian, they were something, and then basically they're the ones that are claiming to be the Native Americans. I told you people, this got to do with knowledge, and people that still don't want to accept the truth, that's up to you. I ain't got nothing to do with it. So, like I said, when you see these little so-called people faking like they African Americans and this and that, God, they're really something else when you dig down into their genes, their DNA. They're masquerading as melanated brown individuals, the Hebrews, etc., the lost sheep, the Most High's chosen people. They're masquerading, okay? Even for, like I said, if you know, everything that's on the table right now, you know, Barack, Kamala, it's all the same thing. It's, you know what I mean? They're all the same thing. Drake, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this thing about to get real. But anyway, I'm about to play this clip. And yeah, let's see where we at. Hey, also, man, like I said, both candidates are bad. You know what I mean? We don't need to vote for either one because basically they both have a plan to crack down on the so-called melanated people, whether you believe it or not. We really need to be voting for the Most High. You know what I mean? The Most High for president. Okay? The Most High y'all for president 2024. Alright? Or we get somebody that don't use the word black. You know what I mean? We put somebody in there like that. But anyway, let's play this clip.
She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than research. I was out in California for 15 years doing my show when she was at her peak, and she had a reputation amongst trial lawyers of being lazy. She just hiked her skirt up and try to flirt, and she wasn't that good in the courtroom, if not pretty bad in the courtroom. So I'm not surprised at what she does. She's 60 years old, and I think listening to her word salad and the way she talks, I think she's got early onset dementia and also some problems with menopausal complications. That's that. You see, the day is going to be tomorrow, so since it's going to be tomorrow, today we have tomorrow, which is why we are now. Like, what did you say? They have something in mind, but they cannot cognate getting all the way through it, which is why she's famous for this word salad garbage, and she doesn't make a bit of sense. I think since she's only 60, she's actually on a worse track than Biden was. Biden is 20-some years older than her, and he has been senile for a long time. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, when did they start ramping up to do this? 2019. Okay, I was saying Biden has been a failure his whole adult career, a second-rate, third-string player. He's in the game, so he wants to make a name for himself. I considered him for years poor trailer park, urban trailer park trash. And he's a crook. He's a third stringer. Now, what I said he was going to do is he probably wants to claim fame for being the first person to see to it that a woman got to be president. And what I predicted, I'm slightly wrong on it, was that he was going to get in, try to get elected, and if he got one term, try to get elected for a second one. And then halfway through his term, when he had served 2 years, to retire or resign in her favor. So under the 22nd Amendment, what happens is she can serve for the final 2 years for somebody and then be elected twice more. So that woman would be able to serve 10 years, second only to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who got elected to 4 terms before they put the amendment in place so you couldn't. Now, that said, I think, and my major at UCLA was political science. My analysis is they picked the weakest somebody they could as a figurehead, somebody who had some apparent minority status, which she does not. And what goes on is that you get her, everybody that is everybody would be afraid to go against her because of what she can pass herself off as. And then you get somebody that's easy to control because she's lazy, because she is becoming incoherent, and because she's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly. But you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance you up. And she sold her. And the problem is what is she supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves, comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, "Oh, yeah, I'm Julius Caesar." He said, "No, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman." Or Xi Jinping, is he supposed to be impressed? She's doing word salad. Well, we are here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say? You know, did you say anything? And I've never seen such a salacious mess as I've seen out of her. I think of One West Bank. I had some pretty good properties out in California at one point in time. And I know I had 3 neighbors who had good properties. It was a place called Ojai, California. And they got caught up about 15, 16 years ago, like a lot of people did, in that mortgage bundling scam stuff that was going on. And there was a bank called One West Bank responsible for it, which was owned by George Soros. The Mnuchin that you have out of the Obama administration was Mnuchin, who was the CEO of One West Bank. Well, there were approximately 1,200 counts of indictments returned against Mnuchin and One West Bank in various counties in California. Well, Mnuchin and Soros financed and arranged and sponsored Kamala to run for Attorney General of California. They got her elected. She got in, and using the authority she had, she promptly consolidated all 5,200 counts and dismissed them. And a couple of weeks later, Soros sold One West Bank for $4.2 billion. So after that, they got together and got her financed and got everything organized and made the connections for her, and she got elected to U.S. Senator. Willie Brown made the initial contacts and arrangements so she could get elected as district attorney for San Francisco. She didn't do a very good job. She had a reputation for giving out the stiffest sentences in the United States of America for simple possession of marijuana in San Francisco, for God's sakes. But it was only to young black men. She's not a parent, never had any children, but she went off on this campaign to lock parents up, some of whom actually were shown to have dropped their children off at the school, but they played hooky, so she was putting them in jail. I know my in-laws, now late in-laws, because they're dead, and their fine daughter that I was married to, we were divorced. She got a whole lot of money, but anyway, out of me. What wound up happening was there was a liquor store they like to patronize on the way home, and it was a good liquor store, but it got held up a lot, so Kamala's solution was not go get the crooks, but close down the liquor store so nobody would be troubled by it. See, that kind of philosophy, or you've got the serial killer who's got 6 victims, and the families are writing protest letters to her, not hurry up and do something, not why you giving the guy such a light deal, is why wouldn't you let this man plead guilty to life without parole instead of delaying it for 7 years, trying to make political hay out of it? I was caught up in a thing where this woman who was supposed to be a financial specialist wound up embezzling a lot, $1.5 million from me, about $15 million from some other black celebrities. And most of it was in the San Francisco area, not LA where I was. She consolidated the cases up there in San Francisco, took 5 years to resolve it, let her plead out not the $15 million of embezzlement, but $35,000. The sentence was 5 years in the penitentiary, 4.5 years suspended, 5 years probation. The woman wound up sitting on a bench outside Sybil Branch, which is the women's detention facility in L.A. County, for 5.5 hours. That's all the time she served, made no restitution. And la-di-da, I'm through with it now. I don't care on her behalf. Like, where's our money? You know, what did you do here? You didn't even consult with us. You did this on a surprise basis. That's $15 million gone. What happened? It's the kind of thing she would do, see. So it's like, that was not a good professional performance. And then she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, a fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors owned a lot of slaves in Jamaica and had them to work on plantation. So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black? Now, a little side story. When I had my show, let's say this has been 26 years ago, I had two beautiful women that I thought were sisters on the show. And they laughed one time when we all went to a happy hour and said, "You think we're black, don't you?" "Yeah, aren't you?" "No, we're Hindu." One of them said, "My mother's a Hindu Brahmin caste. My father was Hindu warrior caste. He took an oath to the family to protect her. They fell in love, eloped, and now we got a death warrant on us. We can't go back to India." So, yeah, and then they gave me two books. The guys were Hindu, and they were very dark, but they cut their hair off close, grew beards, and started dressing and acting black, and they got financial aid. One of them, I think, went through medical school that way, masquerading for being black. Somebody else did it, so she went to Howard. And by the way, she told one big lie when she was talking about she got busted because of something Biden did when she was running against him. Well, the yearbook that she put out there that you can still get online from her high school in Canada shows she went from kindergarten through 12th grade in Canada, never went to school in the United States of America. She was born, by the way, in the same hospital that my ex-wife was born in, the same 12-month period, and my late mother-in-law was in fact a pediatric nurse in that hospital when Kamala was born. And the birth certificate that she has is interesting because the confusion comes from a mistake. On the birth certificate, it lists the mother's race as Caucasian, national origin India, and religion Hindu. For the father, it does not list national origin. It does not list religion. It does not list anything about that, but where it says race, they put national origin in Jamaica by mistake. Now, if you've ever been to Jamaica and you go over to St. Elizabeth Parish, you see all the high, bright, and white.
Hey yo. Oh man, Judge Joe Brown. You know what I'm saying? That's a real one. That's a real one right there. Okay? I ain't even gonna do too much commenting on that. I want people to I want you to really sink in, really let that sink in, all the things that he said, etc., etc. Is it true or not? You know what I mean? He said she was lazy. You know what I mean? All she had to do was, you know what I mean, pull her dress up, do that little diabolical cackle. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. They saying, yeah. Judge Joe Brown said, he said, "Man, I know a hoe when I see one." Oh man, is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth or what? She gave the so-called black people Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, Hey. So, like I said, man, this is what you want. This is what the world wants, huh? This is what America wants. This is a smart decision, huh? This is what you think. This is what you think a smart, intelligent decision is. All right, whatever. So yeah, you know what I mean. Judge Joe Brown, he say he know her father. He know her father. Her father say, I'm a Caucasian Hindu. So explain this to me, folks. Explain it to me how this makes sense. How this makes sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all that this is happening in your face. And like I said, the so-called black people is just like, she's a black, she's, once again, black, she's a black woman. No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's not, folks. No, she's not. Why are you saying this? I'm so confused. So anyway, that's about it for me, man. You know, this situation is crazy. This situation is very crazy. But like I said, if you don't get hit fast, if you don't get some common sense, if you don't get some sense real quick, okay, the results is not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be what you think. It ain't gonna be what you think. You're backing frauds. You're backing frauds. It's happening for a reason in 24. It's happening for a reason. There's gonna be some people that can see what's going on, and then there's gonna be all these people over here they just believe anything. They just down with anything. It ain't gotta make sense no more. It's like, wow. So this where we at. This where we at, folks. This where we at. You know what I mean? It's like, you just wanna, and like I said, my people. We just want to be led, man. We just want to be led. And we want to be friends by people that do not care about you. You know what I'm saying? They do not have no good intentions for you or nothing, but you're watching the TV and it's just like, please lead us, save us, help us. Okay. It's looking dumb. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. Okay, the Most High for President 2024. You know, which way we supposed to be anyway? Let him lead. For our people, like I said, our people is what? We're under a different set of rules. All right. So this please, somebody, some little, I don't know, somebody that's not our people, that's not from our nation or something, just please lead us. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I can't look at it no more. But anyway, folks, I really appreciate y'all chilling with me for a little bit. You know what I mean? It's been another exciting, explosive episode. You know what I mean? Just dumping the truth on you, because that's what we do here. You know what I mean? If you got something to say, like, what do you think about this situation? What's your opinions? What is this really about? Is this because she a woman, or, you know what I mean? What's this really about? Is it like forget that she lying and playing games with the world? Is it just because the people just want a woman in the seat so bad? I don't know what it is, but let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Am I telling the truth? Is this true? Is it false? Is Judge Joe Brown telling the truth? Let's discuss it. Because this is going to be a hot one. And we got like, what, 2 months? We got like, what, less than 2 months? So, What's the decision going to be? Okay, from an educated, intelligent point of view, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all chilling out with me for a little bit. All right, thank you to my subscribers. All right, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. And go ahead and comment below so we can discuss this. Okay, this is a very hot topic. Very hot. I know it's going to be a lot of opinions. So like I said, comment below. Comment below. Alright? So I really appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Go ahead and lock in with me. If you want true knowledge, if you want the truth, then come holler at me. 2024 the most high. 2024 the most high, y'all. Today, with my people. Take it how you want. You're not black. You're not African American. It's the truth. Okay? It's the truth. So what you want to do? Stay black, or you going to take your true identity. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I told you it's going to be a big hurdle to get across. You know, that's a big, huge hurdle for people to understand what I'm saying, and I understand. But like I said, truth is truth. It is what it is. Whether you know it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you can accept it or not, like, you know what I mean? It don't matter. So anyway, look, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to catch y'all on my next video. I might be talking about Obama, the Obamas. Because I got them on my radar. Parasites. It might be on parasites. I don't know. That's a hot topic. So I don't know, man. Just make sure you come on back to the most realest, go hardest channel on YouTube. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.
If you're gonna take shots at me, you better aim well and try not to miss, because this motherfucker doesn't stay down.